This is the Star Wars in the 3.75-inch scale or 1/18th scale, the Black Series Captain Phasma. The figure is a Walmart exclusive for the Star Wars The Force Awakens toy line. I picked this up at a Walmart store when I was in the US. And it cost me something like $6 plus tax. I never saw it here in the Philippines, in Manila. If ever we did get it, it's going to be at least $20-$30. The cheapest one you're probably going to be selling this one for is something like $17 or $18. I don't think it'll go lower than $16. So at $6, it was a steal for me. I know some of you in the US are thinking that's just normal price for you, but for us in the Philippines, in Manila, that's a steal. So I decided to pick one up because I like Captain Phasma. Absolutely love her. I love the comic books that has been drawn up and written for this character by Marvel in the Marvel Star Wars comic books. Current ongoing comic books, they had a limited 5-issue series for Captain Phasma as she tracked down and the pilot, an officer that was quite possibly one of the sole witnesses, one of the few witnesses of her disabling the shields that led to the demise of Starkiller Base. So she had to cover her tracks, and it was an amazing story arc. I loved it. So very, very nice Captain Phasma. This is the 3.75-inch scale regular release of the character, and as you can see, it's much shorter than the Walmart exclusive. And as you measure it, the standard figure just comes up to about 4 1/3 inch. So it's taller than 4 inches, almost 4.5 inches tall, just under, while the Walmart exclusive is 4.5 inches tall. So I think this is a better scaled figure than this one, but this one is a pretty good figure on its own. So let's talk about the differences between them. Let's talk about the cape. Cape is very similar. This one has a much longer cape than this one. The color is different. They're both made of that soft PVC material, albeit this one is much softer, and you can see more detail on the cape. There's a wash on it. It's a nice black cape instead of gray. Red stripe right there. I do like the cape on the Walmart edition better. In terms of the paint apps, silver, this one has a shinier silver. This one is a more coarse but still shiny silver nonetheless. This one is much better. I don't know if I've kept this because I've kept it on the shelf, but the way the paint and the armor is going, you can see that texture is not as smooth as the one on the Walmart exclusive. As for their blaster rifle, it looks to be similar or almost the same. It's just that it's both made of the soft PVC material. And I'll give you a close-up on that. The Walmart just obviously has a more like champagne color, and this one is more like an olive, metallic olive color. And the details has got more black finishing trim on this one than this one. Okay, so let's talk about articulation, since that's really the selling point of this particular figure. This one has 5 points. This one has a ton. It's got a ball jointed neck right there, ball hinge shoulders, ball hinge elbows, ball hinge wrists. The right one goes up and down, where the left one goes up and down, in and out, just like a G.I. Joe figure. That's what I love about it. It's got a ball jointed upper torso, ball hinge hip that's got the pin stuck up, very acute angle up there, so very hard to make your splits, do the splits, and then move the legs forward and do it in a very awkward looking position. Okay, ball hinge knees and ball hinge ankles, but no rocker joints. The ankles could have been better. I think the hips could have been better, but this is a great figure in terms of in terms of detail and articulation for Captain Phasma, and I absolutely love it. In terms of the details, love that helmet sculpt and that paint apps going on for it, and essentially the silver paint they use for this one. The smoothness of the armor is what really defines it compared to this one. As you know, apart from the articulation, the extra articulation is really nice. So you got some paint right there, some extra paint apps. just overall a much better looking figure than this one. So again, if you want a more definitive Captain Phasma, this is in the 1/18 scale, this is the one you want to get. For just stand-in, if you just want to display it on your shelf and it's gonna get dusty and all that, this is the figure you want to get. Figure is obviously going to get a 9 out of 10 for me. The articulation could have been better, but in terms of paint apps, details and all that, it's a very close to a perfect figure. So, yep, there you go, folks. I'm sure some Walmarts might still have this figure on clearance, and some might not. Okay, so, yep, wonderful figure. I wish Hasbro would just make these figures instead of these. They could save money by not making these and just made these all together, and they could just, instead of using the Black Series boxes, they could still use that regular bubble packaging like what they used to do before. And because of economies of scale, don't make them exclusive, make them regular retail. The price is going to go down. And people, even kids, value articulation, contrary to what your studies might show you, that kids don't care about articulation. It's only the grown-ups that do. But really, this figure, I'd pay like $10, $12, $15 even. Not 15, $12 I think should be in the most. If they made it a regular release, $12. That's great. Right now they're selling it at Walmart for like, I think the Last Jedi figures are going for like $11 or something like that. So I'd pay extra just to make it regular release instead of an exclusive. So Hasbro, hope you do it for the next movie, for Han Solo or for the third installment of the sequel trilogy. So there you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Star Wars in the 3.75-inch scale or 1/18 scale, the Black Series, Captain Phasma. Thanks for watching.